Hey guys, Mr. Cottrell. Going to look at Module 2, lesson number 10 today. We're moving into a little bit different topic. Now we're going to do decimal multiplication. Okay? So decimal multiplication is just a touch different, but not too terribly. Um, I'm going to show you two ways. One the book does, and then the other way that I do it. You pick what works for you, and use that one. Okay? So the first one that the book gives us is the number 43, and we're going to multiply that by 2 and 4/10. So there's our difference today, 2 and 4/10. Okay? They would like you to use the area model. And in this area model, we're going to take the 43 and break it into 40 and 3. And then the 2 and 4/10, this is where it gets a little bit confusing. We're going to pretend this is just tenths. So think of it as 20/10 and 4/10. Okay? That 2 would be a 2 and a 0 for 20/10, or it would also be the 4/10. Okay? So then we're going to split our area model up. Going to get a 60 and 800, a 12 and a 160. So then we're going to add that up and have a 72 here and a 960 here. And then when we add that 72 and 960, that's going to give us 1,032 tenths now, which means that would be 103 and then a decimal point 2, because that 2 has to end in the tenths place. So that's one way to do it. Second way that you could do this problem, take your 43 and then take your 2 and 4/10. Okay, there's no decimal point here, so it's 0 places over. It's 1 over here, so it's 1 place over. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1 is 17. Add a 0. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. Add it up. 2, 7 and 6 is 13. 8, 9, 10. Okay? Add up your decimals that moved over. So 1 and 0 is a 1, which means the decimal point starts here and goes over 1 place. So your answer would still be the same, 103 and 2/10. Okay? The next one is 3 and 5/10 times 42. So we have 3 and 5/10 times 42. Again, doesn't matter which one you start with, but I like to do my tenths on the top. So that would be 30/10 plus 5/10. And then that's going to be a 40 and a 2. We're going to split it up. It's going to give us 60 and a 10. Then down here is 12 and then 20, add a 0. So we're going to have 70 and 1,400, which is going to give us 1,470 tenths, because we now have the tenths here, which would be 147 decimal point 0. Or standard algorithm. Doesn't matter which one you put on top. I like to put the decimal on the bottom. That's just my personal preference, but it doesn't matter. So we've got 0 over here, 1 over here. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 is 21. Add a 0. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 3 is 12. 0. 6 and 1 is 7. 2 and 2 is 4. 1. 0, 0, 1 means we've moved it over 1. Starts here, goes over 1 place. End up with the same answer. Okay? One more practice. Let's do, so they gave us 15 and 6/10 times 70 3. So this one's a little bit harder, but not too bad, because now we got 3 digits. So we got 100 plus 50 plus 6 tenths. And then we have our 70 plus our 3. So we're splitting it up again. 3 times 100 is 300. 3 times 50 is 150. 6 times 3 is 18. So that's not too bad there. Then, after we have that one, we're going to go down. 7 times 5 is 35. Add 2 zeros. Whoops. Put that in the wrong place. 7 times 1 is 7. Add 1, 2, 3 zeros. 7 times 5 is 35. Add 2 zeros. 7 times 6 is 42. Add 1 zero. Okay, so now that we have those 3 pieces there, we're going to add them together, and it's a little bit harder. So that'd be 3 plus 1 is 400. 5 and 1 is 6, so we got a 468. And then we've got 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 and 4 is a 9, 20. Okay, I'm going to just add that up over here because I can't do it in my head. And then 468, get 8, 8, 9 is 13, 1, and a 1. So I get 1, 1, 11, 3, 8, 8 tenths, which is 1138 decimal point 8, because we need to show that 8 tenths. Okay, now this one's where I think maybe standard algorithm might be a little bit easier. 15 and 6 tenths times 73. Okay, we're over 1 here, we're over 0 here. 6 times 3 is 18, carry the 1. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. Add a 0. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 5 is 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. 7 times 1 is 7, 8, 9, 10. Add it up. 8, 8, 13, 1, 1. 1, 0, that means we need to go over 1 when we add up those. So we end up, if you notice, same answer here. And then my partial products are the same. That's the same, and that's the same. Okay, so that is multiplying by decimals. Don't forget that tomorrow is Halloween. Wear a costume if you want. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And if you have a Curious George stuffed animal, I need one for my costume. So if you could bring in a Curious George stuffed animal, that would be great. Thank you. Have a great night, guys. See you tomorrow.